North and South were incredible superheroes, but also twin brothers. North commanded all of the earth, the land, the rock, the mud, the sand, and South commanded all of the sea, the salt water, the rain. Born in the North and South poles of the earth, they worked together to keep Earth safe from world-ending threats coming out of the center of the earth. But when they were together, it was always a battle. They wanted to see who was stronger, who was faster, who was better, the master of the earth or the master of the sea. And the competition was endless, even when they were about to die. The avalanche dragon burst out of the ice in the South Pole. "Brace yourself," North said. He threw up a giant wall of rock, hoping to stop the dragon in its tracks, but the dragon smashed through it. It was the size of a skyscraper, but North was prepared. "Relax, little brother," South said. He pulled up a giant tidal wave from the ocean and smashed it against the dragon's face, knocking it backwards. "I'm not little," North said, as he jumped up and fashioned a giant spear out of stone, kicking it down onto the dragon's face. The avalanche dragon smashed through the spear and made eye contact with North. His eyes met the dragon's. The deep earth creatures were intelligent. They weren't just like animals. And whenever North and South made eye contact with the creatures, they could communicate, proving that the two brothers were something other than human. North and South could hear their voices, but only when they met them in the eyes. "South, North said. He fell onto the ice, leaving himself defenseless for his brother as the dragon attacked, smashing his claws down onto him. The dragon spoke to him as he was pushing him deeper into the earth, tearing into him with his claws. "Fight together," the dragon said. "You two brothers are our kind. Our kind know from young that the only way to get strong is to kill," the lizard said. "Don't you know creatures from Earth's center only get stronger when they kill each other?" "What?" North said. "You know what I mean," the dragon said. "If you kill your brother, you gain his power. His power over the sea becomes yours, master of sea and earth. Basically, God?" North said. The dragon chuckled. South made a giant tidal wave, which crashed down onto the dragon, breaking its neck in half, leaving the corpse in the middle of the ice. South laughed, dusting his hands off. "What would you do without me, little brother?" South said. But North was shaken. Was what the dragon said true? They knew so little about the creatures at the center of the earth that they defended humanity from. And yet, it didn't feel like a lie. North was shivering, still thinking about the vision. If they were on land, if he killed South, he could become a god? He banished the thought. "What?" South said. "Nothing," North said. "Want a hot dog from North City? Race you there," South said. North chuckled. "You're on." They raced each other, North on a cascade of rippling earth from Antarctica through South America, and South a torpedo rushing through the ocean. "I'll getcha," North said, as he created a volcanic eruption and launched himself hundreds of feet into the air, looking out at the New York City skyline right above him. "I beat him," he said, seeing the hot dog stand rushing into view. "I beat..." "Gah!" North said. South was already there, eating a hot dog. "Too slow," South said. They ate their hot dogs on the top of the New York City Billionaires Row building. "You know, I know this place is taller," South said, "but it really doesn't beat Empire State." "I agree," North said, sitting down, looking at the Empire State Building far below them. "Who needs the tallest building in New York anyway?" The two brothers laughed. It was easy between them. It had always been. There was only one other person like them on Earth, and so it made sense that they were best friends. But still, they didn't know where they came from, and there were questions about how they did things. The line between saving people and fighting was always unclear. And now that North knew, what would he do? Could he really kill his brother? Kill him and gain the powers of a god? North put his hot dog down. "You ever wonder where those things at the center of the earth come from?" North said. "How they can talk to us in our mind?" "Nah," South said, eating a bite of his hot dog. "Whenever they talk to me, it just gives me the creeps. Besides, how do we know if they're telling us the truth?" North nodded. "That's true. I mean, one of them told me something crazy." "What?" South said, looking him in the side. Okay, I'm gonna tell you, but you have to promise not to use it against me, North said. South chuckled. No promises. You have to promise, North said. Please, South sighed. What, like when we were kids? Okay, well, they told me, so you have the right to know. South leaned in, curious. We don't have parents, North said. No mom or dad. South shifted, uncomfortable. Yeah? So? South said. He remembered their childhood, them racing through the world together, growing up fighting monsters. It was so full of fun and danger, and yet they both felt a deep longing. They wanted to know where they came from. There had been so many nights where North had held his brother as he cried, and South had held him as well. Yeah, South said. So? So, North said, when I talked to that dragon today, he told me something. About you. About me. South's eyes narrowed. Yeah? He said that we're the same as them. We're creatures from the center of the earth, and North looked down at his hands. If one of us were to kill the other, we would gain the other person's abilities. If I killed you, I wouldn't just have earth. I would have all of your water powers, too. South's eyes widened. But that would make you a god, North said. I know. South sighed. He put his hot dog down and looked out over the city. He looked at North in his eyes. I'm sorry about this. North barely had any time to react before a vortex of water ripped him from off the skyscraper and pulled him deep into the Atlantic Ocean. It had happened in a fraction of a second. South's control of water was so sophisticated. Under the ocean, North tried to get some sand together to form a shield, but South blasted into him, punching him deeper and deeper into the ocean. South could breathe underwater, but North was gasping for air already, trying to see his brother in the murk of the deep sea. South! North tried to scream, but South appeared, punching North high out of the water into the sky. North was bleeding as he fell down into the water high above. But since he was out of the water, South was weaker. Now was his chance. South rocketed out of the water like a torpedo, ready to hit. When North pulled Rock from out of the ocean and punched him higher into the air. North tried to gain control over his abilities as he pulled rocks out from the ocean, knocking South up and down and up like a rag doll. Please, North said, I'm not trying to hurt you. Well, I am, South said. A giant tidal wave crashed the rocks down, and North couldn't do anything to stop it as he went deeper and deeper and deeper into the water. North screamed and tried to pull rocks down on top of them, but there was no use. South was everywhere, punching him, hurting him. He was dying. His mind blinked. He's almost dead, a third voice said. Let him finish the job. South raised his fist to smash North into the ocean floor. South's eyes were full of rage. He would kill his brother if he had to. North, desperate, pointed into the direction of the voice. South turned, and he saw 4 giant dragons with huge brains and tiny little arms watching them. These were manipulators, so much stronger than the beast they had fought on the surface, and they were all not fighting them, waiting, watching. Go on, the manipulator said. Kill him. North and South read their minds. If the 2 brothers killed each other, the manipulators will be incredibly happy. Without saying a word, using their twin communication, South helped North to his feet, and the 2 of them faced off against the 4 manipulators. The creatures from the center of the earth wanted to kill everyone on the surface. It didn't matter if North killed South if he would gain his abilities. If it wasn't for the 2 of them working together, there wouldn't be a humanity to go back to. And even though his brother had almost killed him then, in the moment, North smiled, cockily, facing off against the manipulators, because he knew that even though they had tried to break him, even though he had almost died, he and his brother still had a hell of a lot more fight left in them.